What's up, everybody? Christian Reynoso here with Elite Fight Night. As one of the biggest nights of the summer is fast approaching. July 22nd, we're heading to Merrillville, Indiana with EFN 20, an absolutely stacked card. This episode of A Fighter's Focus is brought to you by Cerveza Modelo, the official beer of Elite Fight Night. 2 title belts on the line, and right now, one half of one of those title matches, your current reigning, defending, undisputed welterweight EFN champion and the number 4 ranked welterweight in Indiana, Tyler Sugar-Free Scott. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. How are you, Christian?
I'm doing great, man. I'm getting really pumped for this event. If you can't tell by the intro, I'm pretty psyched. Your matchup, man, it's really got me interested in the whole community kind of buzzing. You're our welterweight champ. You're coming in to take on a tough guy in Bernard Thomas. How's training been going leading up to this event?
Training's been good. I've been staying busy, actively. I've been fighting a lot lately. Actually competing in a U.S. Open karate tournament on Friday. So I'm always training, competing in something. So
I love it. You stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You touched on it right there. This is your 3rd fight of 2023. We saw you in our cage back in March, so not that long ago. Now here you are defending your belt against a really tough guy in Bernard Thomas, somebody you do have a history with, somebody you fought in the past. Look, I'm not going to say you're not in a position to call your shots already, but this is your 10th pro fight. You can kind of decide what you do next. What's the upside for you to step in, put your belt on the line, your pro record on the line against somebody you already have a win over?
that's a great question. A lot of people kind of overlook the fact that, I have a win over him, which I guess in that case means that he's got everything to gain and I got more to lose than to gain, really, coming up to that. But I've always kind of been in the mindset that you're not a real champion unless you defend your belts. And I also believe that, champions don't really call their fights. It's one thing if you want a nice, padded record and kind of build yourself up that way. But if you got the belts, you got to be willing to fight whoever's coming up next. And, I beat Bernard last year, but, he's had a couple wins since then. So, he's worked his way up. So, they say he deserves the shot. So I'm not one to disagree.
Fair enough. You kind of touched on it there. You're really willing to take on all comers, but assuming, and not looking through Bernard, but assuming you get through this fight unscathed, again, you stay ready so you don't have to get ready. You're constantly busy. What sort of trajectory do you see for yourself moving forward?
I'm at that level of sunset right now. I'm super old, but I'm not a young man in the sport either. Like you said, I won the belt in March. 4 weeks later, I won another belt for Artist Scrap, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and probably will defend that one, in the fall. And after that, I'll have to kind of reassess and see where I'm going. Obviously, the UFC calls, that would be awesome. If I got the pick of the litter, I would really like to check out ONE FC. Ever since I was a kid, I always kind of dreamed of being a Street Fighter 2 character and traveling the world and taking some fights over there. So a fight in Japan or China, Thailand, it's pretty exciting.
Well, there's no doubt you're definitely on the radar already for these huge organizations. You touched on it there. You're fighting all over the place, collecting belts nonstop. And I got to tell you, man, I'm super stoked to see you step back in our cage before the UFC calls, before ONE calls, because clearly that's on the horizon. Tyler, I can't wait to see you defend that belt, taking on Bernard one more time. I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to turn it over to you. Any final thoughts or shout outs before we send you on your way, my friend?
Just excited to get in there and, do what I've been doing, putting in a lot of hard work, behind the scenes. Everyone sees the fights. Nobody sees the training. No one sees, the meditations and the psych work that goes into it. Really excited to show that off for everyone. Really thankful for the support of everyone. Big shout out to everyone at our gym, Dominion MMA. Shout out to my sponsors, Al James and Alex Hughes, and the Jack Jams business too. So still accepting a couple more out there. Got 2 spots left if anyone's interested in sponsoring. My name is out there in the Midwest, so if you want your product with it, it's not too late.
No doubt. What better way to shine some spotlight on yourself than by taking a little bit off the shoulders of the champ right here, Tyler Sugar-Free Scott. Well, fight fans, you're not going to want to miss this title bout or any of the matchups. This is an absolutely electric card. EFN 20 coming to you live from Merrillville, Indiana, July 22nd. Get those tickets available exclusively at eventbrite.com. Tyler, thank you so much for your time. We'll see you on the 22nd.